Good morning, students. Professor Harki here. Now today we discuss about our unit 8, that enzyme technology, immobilization of enzyme and its applications. Okay. Now before that, what is meant by enzyme? Now enzyme is nothing but the biocatalyst which is used in a chemical or in a biological reaction. Okay, to complete the or to convert the substrate into the required product. Now that crude enzyme which is to be used having some disadvantage. Now the crude enzymes, now when used in a reaction, there is a chances of that inactivation of the enzyme because of that contamination. If in a reaction the microorganism is enter, because of the microorganism there is a chances of contamination, and if there is a contamination, then the activity of that crude enzyme is deactivated. Second thing, that concentration of the enzyme after completion of reaction, now the whole concentration of enzyme we cannot purify. Okay, then now that's why, and the final product is not, that is the complete product is not produces. That's why to avoid this disadvantage of this crude enzyme, now immobilized enzyme is used. Now in enzyme immobilization, these enzymes are imprisonment or confinement on a solid support or on a matrix. Okay, and because of that confinement of that immobilized enzyme on a solid support, then this enzyme activities increases. That enzyme is called as the immobilized enzyme. When that immobilized enzyme is used in a reaction, that immobilized enzyme does not inactivated by any process if there is a contamination. Now this enzymes does not inactivated. Now second thing, that enzymes that actively participate in a reactions. Now and then finally our required product is produces. There is some advantages of that immobilized enzyme. Now it increases the functional efficiency of the enzyme. The functions of the enzymes are increases, the efficiency of that enzyme are increases because of that immobilization. Second thing, enhance the productivity, reproductivity. The product is produces in a large quantity. Good product is produces because of that immobilized enzyme. That in enzymes we can purify after completion of reaction. We can, as it is purified, and there is no any effect of that contaminations which is to be happen in a reactions. Okay, now that enzymes are stable through whole reactions. Okay, the enzymes are stable, and now there is that is stable supply of product in the market. Okay, improved process control, and then high enzyme substrate ratio. These are some advantages, and then low cost of that enzyme also. Okay, these are some advantages of that immobilized enzyme. Now that enzymes are immobilized on a solid support. The solid support which is to be used, that is called as a carrier for enzyme immobilization. There are three type of solid supports, that is natural polymer, synthetic polymer, and then inorganic polymers. Now the natural polymer which is to be used, that is alginate, chitosan or chitin, collagen, gelatin, cellulose, starch, and then pectin. Then synthetic polymers which is to be used, diethyl aminoethyl cellulose, polyvinyl chloride, ultraviolet activated polyethylene glycol, and then inorganic material, that is the zeolites, ceramics, diatomaceous earth, silica, glass, activated carbon charcoals. These are used for as a carrier, as a matrix for the immobilization of that enzyme. Now then there are some different methods of enzyme immobilization. The methods of enzyme immobilization, there are 5 different methods: adsorption, covalent bonding, entrapment, copolymerization, and then encapsulation. Now this method based on support or matrix and the type of bond involved. There are 5 different methods of immobilization, depends on the bond formation and depends on the type of support or matrix which is to be used. Now the first method is the adsorption. So the name is will indicate that adsorption. In this method, they are the oldest method of immobilization. The scientists Nelson and Griffin used that charcoal for the adsorption of the enzyme invertase in 1916. Okay, now in this method, that the enzymes is adsorbed on a solid support. Okay, here the diagram is that these are the enzymes which is to be adsorbed on a surface of that substrate or carrier matrix. Okay, attached on a surface or surface of the carrier matrix. Now it is called as a adsorption. Okay, what is adsorption? This enzyme attaches to the surface of carrier matrix. Now this process is called as adsorption. Now in this method, the support which is to be used for the adsorption, here that aluminum oxide, that mineral support, some organic support, that is for example starch, modified cephorus, and ion exchange resin which is to be used as a support for the adsorption. Now this enzyme which is not permanently bound to the solid support, surface of the solid support. Okay, there are some bond formation in between that. There is a interaction in between the enzyme and then support. There is a ionic interaction, hydrogen bond, and then van der Waals forces. Now before that, the surface of that carrier matrix are ionized, and that the enzyme, again that ionized enzymes then attaches to the ionized surface. There is ionic interactions, some van der Waals forces, hydrogen bond which is to be used for the adsorption of enzyme on a surface of that solid support or carrier matrix. The disadvantage of this method is that now there is a chances of desorption, because here the enzyme is not permanently bound to the surface of the support. There is a chances of desorption. Desorption means that removal of that enzyme from the surface. This is one disadvantage of this enzyme. Now this is about the adsorption. Second, that is a covalent bonding. In a covalent bonding, the enzymes are covalently attached to the support. In a covalent bond, the bond formation is carried out in a chemical group of the enzyme and the chemical group of the support. In between that, this bond formation is carried out. Now the chemical group which is to be used, simply hydroxyl group, amino group, imino group, then that thiol group, imidazole group, phenol group, which is to be used in a covalent bond formation. Okay, in this method, that the active group or chemical group of the enzyme attaches to the chemical group of the support and form the covalent bond, and then this strong bond is formed in between the enzyme and then solid support. Okay, this is, and in this way the enzymes are immobilized on a by forming the covalent bond on a solid support. This is enzyme immobilization. The advantages of this method is that this method, that is the enzymes are strongly attached with the support. There is a no leakage of the enzyme from the support. Okay, there is a no leakage or desorption of the enzyme from the substrate, and this is comparatively, this method is simple as compared to the adsorption method. Now the covalent bond formation, there are three different types of covalent bond formation. First is diazotation, second peptide bond formation, and third is a polyfunctional reagent. Now in a diazotation, that is the amino group of enzyme and the amino group of substrate, in between that the bond is formed, that is diazo group. These are the diazotation. Peptide bond formation, in this method the amino group or carboxyl group of support form the peptide bond in between the carboxyl group or amino group of the enzyme. Okay, you know the peptide bond formation in between the enzyme and then solid support. Okay, and third is a polyfunctional reagent. In a polyfunctional reagent, that is a polyfunctional reagent, that is a glutaraldehyde, and then which is to be used for the formation of bond in between the amino, that is in between the amino group of the support and then amino group of enzyme. Okay, both this amino group of enzyme and then support are joined together by using the polyfunctional reagent, that is glutaraldehyde. Okay, this is about the polyfunctional reagent. This is about the second method of immobilization, that is a covalent bonding. Then third method is entrapment. The name itself indicates that is a trapping. Now in entrapment, that enzymes are trapped in between the, that is polymer. Here that the polymer are used. Okay, now the entrapment, in this method enzymes are physically entrapped inside the porous matrix. The bond involved in stabilizing the enzyme to the matrix may be covalent or non-covalent bond. The matrix used will be water soluble polymer. Here the polymer is used. Okay, and in between the polymer, now the enzymes are trapped. These enzymes are trapped in a polymer matrix, that is nothing but the entrapment. Okay, and then when there is activity of this membrane is porous membrane, through this membrane the substrate is enter inside and combine with the enzyme, and the reaction is carried out. Okay, now that the commonly used matrices or that polymer which is to be used for the entrapment is polyacrylamide gel, cellulose triacetate, agar, gelatin, carrageenan, and then alginate are used as a polymer matrix for the entrapment of the enzyme. That is nothing but the entrapment. Okay, that is simply the enzyme is trapped in between in a polymer matrix. Okay, or in a fiber of the matrix. There are some fibers which is to be present in a gel also. Okay, agarose gel, agarose, and then agaropectin. The fibers are present, and in between the fibers that enzyme is trapped. Okay, now third method is a cross linking. In a cross linking method, that is simply there is no polymer matrix is used here. Simply the enzymes are cross linked to each other, and for the cross linking of that enzyme, the polyfunctional reagents are used for the cross linking. Okay, simply here this method is also called as a copolymerization, and in a copolymerization method, the enzymes are attached to each other from the cross link, and for the cross link, now here the polyfunctional reagent, that is a glutaraldehyde and then diazonium salt, which is to be used simply for the cross linking of enzyme to each other, and now here the enzymes are immobilized. Okay, this is nothing but the cross linking or polymerization. Then last method is encapsulation. Encapsulation, you know that these enzymes are encapsulated in a gel. The enzymes are encapsulated in a gel. This type of immobilization is done by enclosing the enzyme in a membrane capsule. The capsule will be made up of semi-permeable membrane like nitrocellulose or nylon. In this method, the effectiveness depends upon the stability of enzymes inside the capsules. Now here simply in a gel that enzymes are encapsulated, that encapsulation that you know. Okay, simply the enzymes are encapsulated in a gel. These are the semi-permeable membrane of gel. Inside that enzymes are encapsulated, and when there is activity of the enzyme, now simply the substrate enter inside through the semi-permeable membrane, attaches to the enzyme, and the enzyme, there is an enzyme substrate complex is formed, and there is activity of enzyme. But here the enzyme does not remove from the semi-permeable membrane. In this way here that enzymes are immobilized by using a encapsulation. Now this is about the 5 different methods of enzyme immobilization. Now there is some applications of enzyme immobilization. That is, there are again 8 different applications. These enzymes, immobilized enzymes, are used. There are industrial application, biomedical application, in food industry, in research, in production of biodiesel, wastewater management, textile industry, in a detergent industry. These are some applications of that immobilized enzymes. Now in industrial applications, now in industry, these immobilized enzymes are used for the production of antibiotics and beverages, amino acids, which is to be used for the production of that product. Immobilized enzymes are used. Second thing, biomedical application. Now in a biomedical applications, the immobilized enzymes are used in a diagnosis and a treatment of many diseases. Okay, for example, if there is a deficiency disorder of enzyme, if any person having the deficiency syndrome, enzyme deficiency syndrome, simply in inborn, then these immobilized enzymes are injected in an inborn. Immobilized enzymes can be used to overcome inborn metabolic disorder by the supply of immobilized enzyme. If any inborn having some deficiency of the enzyme, then in that child, that immobilized enzymes are injected, and then this deficiency is overcome. Okay, this is about the biomedical application. Third is food industry. In a food industry, the enzymes like pectinase, cellulase, these enzymes are immobilized on a suitable carrier and used for the production of jam, jellies, syrup from fruits and then vegetables. Again here, that enzyme pectinase and then cellulase, these enzymes are immobilized, and then these immobilized enzymes are used for the production of jam, jellies, syrups from fruit and then vegetables. Next is the inner research. Now you know that ELISA method. In ELISA method, the enzymes are used. This simply this enzyme combine with the substrate and give the color formation. Okay, and then because of there is a color formation, then the taste is positive. Depends on color formation. In that, in a ELISA kit or in a ELISA test, the enzyme which is to be used, that is a horse radish peroxidase. These enzymes are used, and then this enzyme, before using, these enzymes are immobilized on a solid support, and then after that these enzymes are used, which gives the complete or 100% result. Next is the production of biodiesel from the vegetable oil. For that, these immobilized enzymes are used. Then again, wastewater management in a treatment of sewage or in a industrial effluents. In a treatment of sewage or in a industrial effluents, now these immobilized enzymes are used. Then in a textile industry, that in a sourcing, in a biopolishing and in a de-sizing of fabrics, for that these immobilized enzymes are used. In a detergent industry, immobilization of lipase enzyme for effective dirt removal from the cloth. For the dirt removal, the enzyme lipase which is to be used, this lipase enzyme immobilized on a solid support and then used as a detergent, which is to be which completely remove the dirt from the cloth. Okay, now that's student, this is about the enzyme immobilization. We studied the 5 different methods of immobilization. We studied the applications of immobilization, 8 different applications of immobilization. Okay, now thank you.